Today I'm going to tell you how I grow my lettuce, and it's easy. I have it growing everywhere, and everybody should be able to manage to get it to grow at least part of the year, but I'm fortunate enough where I can get my lettuce to grow all year, and there's nothing nicer than going outside or sometimes other places to pick lettuce. The first thing your lettuce is going to do when it gets warm is it's going to bolt. It's going to grow flowers, as you can see here, and that is okay. Don't pull it out at that point unless you don't want to grow any more lettuce. But that lettuce wants to grow where it was growing, at your place. And once they take off, you will get tons of lettuce. And the only thing you'll get are some little insects sometimes. They can be a pain, but if you bring in the birds like we do, these little bush tits will come in and eat all the aphids off your lettuce. Now, the goldfinches will come in and eat the lettuce seeds. And I'm leaving it this year for them since we're in a drought and they do not have a lot of their own natural food. So they go through and they pick the lettuce seeds off that they like, which is generally the lettuce seeds that are not quite ripe enough, but they will eat the dried seeds as well. Oh, they feast on it. They absolutely love it. And that's fine, because let me tell you something, they'll never get it all. They'll come in, I'll look out my window while I'm working on the computer, and there they are. They bring their babies, they bring their mate, and they will sit there and eat. And that's fine. But once it turns brown, kind of crunchy, no more green to it, that's when I go to work and it becomes mine. I put it in a tray and I start to break it down. Now, I know it's not going to have a ton of seeds, probably just thousands instead of millions, but that's okay. I don't need that much. And I crush it and crush it. And once I have it crushed, I can either save it if I dry it well, put it in a place where it's going to dry, or I can plant it right away because I keep producing lettuce seeds here. So whatever way will work for you. I don't generally save that much. I just keep planting. But now I take the seeds and I spread them around my property. Whether it's in a bucket, a tote, it doesn't matter wherever I'm growing it. Sometimes even in these small containers, and you'll see them coming up, those two little leaves, they'll be coming up. Now, if you've got problems with insects or birds, put some tulle around it, and you can cover your seed heads too, if you don't want to share with the birds. I generally just cover some of the baby lettuce if I'm having an issue at that time. Now, lettuce is really easy to move and transplant. This is the perfect size. You want to get it out before that chicken gets it, because otherwise you'll have no lettuce. No, you're not going to have a chicken in your tote. This is a joke. This is one of our baby chicks. But the point is, this is the right size and the right age to move the lettuce. It doesn't go into any transplant shock. You can move it with a shovel. You can move it with a spoon. I love using spoons. You can even move it with a stick. What you want to do is take a clump out, or take out as many as you need. Whatever you want to move at the time. You do have a good month to take your time to move it, because as they're in that big cluster like that, they grow very slow. Once you separate them, they will take off. 5-gallon buckets are perfect to transplant them in. And don't worry if you break some of the roots. It doesn't even bother them. They rarely go into transplant shock at this age. They are just so excited to grow that all they want to do is hit that soil and take off running or growing. The only big thing you have to remember is keep those seedlings well watered, keep them wet in a well-drained soil. Otherwise, that's when they'll bolt and go to seed and stop producing the big leaves when they start to get dry and think they are stressed. Now, 5 or 6 in a bucket will be good, but they may not get that big. The less plants you have in a container, the bigger they'll get. I even grew them in food containers on my windowsill and out my window last winter. And I had more lettuce than I needed, which was perfect because whatever I don't use gets composted. And yeah, I dropped in the occasional radish seed just for fun. So that was cute. But they can grow anywhere. They need some sun, but if they don't get full sun, that's okay too. And I had lettuce on the windowsill. Put the baby seedlings anywhere you're growing. Stick them in with your onions. Stick them in, I put them in a tote with dill and other things growing, celery, and they were on a chair on a tote. Here they grew with oregano. Stuck a few in there. Whatever you've got, stick them in there. They are good companion plants. They don't mind other plants around. Put them in a line and stick them in a container like I did here. I even planted some in with the mint. But if you put one in a bucket, just like this, it will get massive. And I harvested off this one plant so many salads, I couldn't believe it because it had its own container. And yes, I did have to share a little bit of the fresh lettuce. This is romaine lettuce with Kitty because she does love fresh grown lettuce. So that's all there is to it. Find the one that's going to grow in your yard or your house. Keep those seeds because those seeds will be very valuable to you, and you should be able to maintain your household with fresh salad as often as you want. With that, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.